Welcome back guys, Terminator here bringing you another easiest Platinum Trophies video. Today I wanted to talk to you about the quickest and easiest PlayStation VR Platinum Trophies to date. Just a quick disclaimer before we start, the titles on this list will be a little bit more challenging than some of the easy games on my PS4 Easiest Trophies of 2016 lists, and this is simply because there aren't many PlayStation VR games on the platform yet. So don't expect to walk away from this list with 10 1-hour easy VR Platinum Trophies. Despite this, there are some really standout PlayStation VR trophy lists that are both really enjoyable to play and easy to get the platinum in, so I feel it's worth giving them their own moment to shine. To create this video, I've used a combination of personal knowledge, exophase, PSN profiles, and PlayStationTrophies.org. As with my previous videos, I've included all of the titles and their respective links to PSN profiles below, so it makes finding them for yourself a little bit easier. First up, I know I said we were going to have 10 games in this list, but I felt there was one additional title that deserved an honourable mention. And that honourable mention goes to Windlands. Windlands is a lesser known PlayStation VR title where you use a rope and grapple hook to swing around the environment. The game is a first person platformer / swinging simulation game. The hardest part of the game is the intensity and the sensation the game gives you while flying through the air, making it difficult to play for long periods of time. Trophy wise, the game has a lot of collectible trophies which are not missable, but may give you some trouble as some of the tablets that you need to find are quite well hidden and may halt your progress. This is the main reason only a few people have gotten the Platinum Trophy. With a guide in the future, this game's collectibles shouldn't cause too many issues. You'll be expecting to spend around 13 hours to get all 30 of this game's trophies, including its Platinum, and that's with taking plenty of breaks in between play sessions. Okay, now on to the real top 10. First up on our list, number 10 is PlayStation VR Worlds. PlayStation VR Worlds is a compilation of different experiences packaged into a single disc to showcase some of what PlayStation VR has to offer. VR Worlds has trophies for each of the mini-games, mostly for completing them, but some for also completing accompanying challenges that go along with these mini-games. For example, in the London Heist, you need to complete the additional shooting galleries, or in the Luge, you need to complete the time trial mode. PlayStation VR Worlds has 27 trophies, the most challenging of which are tied to completing the game challenges for Danger Ball and the Luge minigames. The game's difficulty is around a 5 out of 10, and expected to take you around 12 hours to earn the Platinum Trophy. Next up on the list is Robinson the Journey, coming in at 9th spot. With 31 trophies, Robinson the Journey is a 3 out of 10 difficulty, which will take you roughly around 9 hours to complete. In Robinson, you crash land your spacecraft and are forced to explore a distant alien planet, which just so happens to be inhabited by dinosaurs. There are no difficulty trophies in this title, and providing you scan all the animals that you meet and explore the map thoroughly to fill your encyclopedia, you should be able to get this Platinum Trophy in a single playthrough. Number 8 on our list is Surgeon Simulator Experience Reality, a VR counterpart of Surgeon Simulator, with a very similar trophy list to boot. The original Surgeon Simulator on PlayStation 4 is one of the hardest Platinum trophies to earn. Fortunately, Surgeon Simulator Experience Reality is nowhere near that difficult. This time around in VR, the controls are much easier to master than they were with the traditional DualShock 4. The hardest trophy in this title, again, is getting an A++ rank on all missions. Because of this trophy alone, the difficulty rating is around a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10, with about 15 hours to complete. As with the original Surgeon Simulator, expect the same random and miscellaneous trophies for interacting with certain objects throughout the game's bizarre campaign. Number 7 on our list is Roller Coaster Dreams. A game that came out late December, Roller Coaster Dreams has a total of 41 trophies to collect, with an estimated difficulty of 4 out of 10 and a completion time of around 9 hours. The trophies for this title are broken up into completing difficulty objectives on each of the rides. For example, escaping the maze on easy, normal or hard difficulty, or getting a high score on the Asteroid Crisis minigame. There are also trophies for getting gold in a series of in-game challenges. However, the hardest of these mini-games is the Vertical Explosion game, which is a mini-game similar to a 2D Rubik's Cube, where you need to arrange the titles into colour order. This needs to be done with specific time limits and can be challenging to complete, but it can be done with time and understanding of how the puzzle works. If you get really stuck, I would suggest having a look at some other people's playthroughs on YouTube of the puzzle to learn some shortcuts and techniques on how to complete the puzzle easier. Next up on the list, with 37 trophies to complete and taking around 10 hours with an estimated difficulty of 4 out of 10, Time Machine VR takes the number 6 spot on my list. In Time Machine VR, you must travel back in time to explore the origins of a virus outbreak and try and find a cure to prevent it from happening in the future. You explore a variety of prehistoric underwater locations and encounter a range of different dinosaur and marine life throughout the experience. There are some story related trophies, but the majority of these trophies are for completing miscellaneous objectives, which need to be completed at specific moments on certain missions in the game. The trophy that will take you the longest amount of time and get in the way of your platinum is the Aeon Cyclopedia trophy, which is for completing your Dino Decks to 100% completion, which is basically this game's form of collectibles. Number 5 on my list is How We Soar. The game's official description is a VR flight experience that gives you the chance to take up the reins of a beautiful giant phoenix and explore an enchanted papercraft world. Seated on the back of this mythical creature, you must reform your surroundings and paint in colours as you soar across the paper environment, uncovering the story of the mysterious author as you fly. With half the trophies being for completing each of the levels, and the remainder of the trophies being for painting each of the levels in the game. Fortunately, you don't have to paint the entire level from head to toe, but only around 75% of the level. With that in mind, it means you can plan where you fly more strategically. In terms of completion times, you can expect to earn all 26 of the game's trophies and finish everything in the game in around 8 hours, with a difficulty of around 2 out of 10. Number 4 on my list is Pixel Gear VR. Pixel Gear VR is a simple wave-based first-person horde shooter in a similar art style to Minecraft. This is a pretty short experience divided up into 3 levels, with each consisting of around 5 waves, meaning you can blast through the game in around under an hour and get the platinum trophy in around 4 hours. The game's trophies are pretty straightforward. There are trophies for keeping combos, trophies for getting headshots on each of the main enemy types, and trophies for completing each level without taking any damage. There are of course a few miscellaneous trophies to be aware of too, but nothing that should give you too much trouble. The hardest trophy in the game is Grade SSS, which requires you to achieve an SSS rank for the first time. This is easily done by learning how the combo system in the game works and by juggling your combos carefully. Number 3 on our list is The Assembly. The Assembly is a narrative-driven VR adventure game, where you're on a mission to uncover the secret of the assembly. With a total of 30 trophies to earn, this game is around a 3 out of 10 difficulty with an expected completion time of around 6 hours. Unfortunately, there are 14 missable trophies in the game, all for completing various miscellaneous objectives. There are 2 additional missable trophies for collecting 2 different types of collectibles in the game as well. The rest of the trophies, however, are story related and unmissable. Being a VR title makes it a challenge to use a guide while playing this game because of the need to take the headset off and on, so I'd suggest playing through the game once to get an understanding of it before consulting a guide and diving into a second playthrough of the game. Coming in at number 2 on our list is Playroom VR. While this title may initially look daunting due to its 42 trophies, the game is actually very fun and simple to complete. And best of all, it's currently a free title on the PlayStation Store. The one caveat with this title is that it relies on a second player for almost the entirety of the game, so if you don't have another person who can help you out, you may be out of luck on this one. If you do have a second person to help you, then you're looking at around a 3 out of 10 difficulty with an expected 4 hours to earn the Platinum Trophy. The game itself is split into a series of short experiences for PlayStation VR. One where you need to suck ghosts into a vacuum, one where you need to shoot outlaws, and one where you're a cat and you have to catch the cheese, just to name a few. All the while, your other player is playing the same minigame from a different perspective on the television screen. The most challenging part of the game is the claw machine and the trophy Catch 'em All, associated with getting all claw machine prizes. What makes this a challenge is that it takes so long to complete. You require coins to activate the machine, which you earn from completing minigames, so the more minigames you finish, the more coins you'll have to put into the machine. Despite this one trophy, the game is still a very enjoyable co-op/party game, which you can use to show off your new VR headset and get some free easy trophies in the process. And finally, the number 1 easiest PlayStation VR trophy on my list is Job Simulator. With only 12 trophies and a 1 out of 10 difficulty, this is by far the easiest PlayStation VR Platinum trophy to date. Completing the entire game, including the Platinum, should only take you around 4 hours, and that time is mostly because of how much fun the game is to actually play. Job Simulator sees you completing a variety of jobs as part of a simulation where robots have replaced all human jobs. The types of jobs range from a gourmet chef, office worker, mechanic, and a store clerk. You'll earn a gold trophy for finishing each of the above job simulations, and then there is just a matter of cleaning up the remaining miscellaneous trophies for doing specific actions in the specific simulations. And thankfully, there are no missable trophies to worry about in this title, making this plat even more enjoyable. And that completes our easiest PlayStation VR Platinum trophy list. Hopefully this video is helpful in making a decision about what your next PlayStation VR purchase is going to be, and that there were a few titles in here that you didn't know existed. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and let me know what sort of videos you guys want to see from me next in my Platinum video series. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you check out my other great Trophy Hunters content. See you next time.